How you doing? My name is Rastelli Regalato with Red Rock Hospice. I am a solopreneur and that's working with hospice patients. They're dealing with end of life, and that's a very challenging way to market. I've dealt with a lot of them, in the past, different marketing strategies. I always want to get into digital space. Unfortunately, not all of them worked out. A lot of them were promising a lot of things to happen, and over time, after monitoring and trying to wait for some kind of return on investment, nothing was coming back. So, I was really getting discouraged, but I knew the process. It was just finding, I was getting discouraged because the process was taking too long. And when it did, was time for us to check the results, nothing was there. So, I believe in digital marketing, and I know it's just the people behind it that is the big difference of how that where your investment on your marketing goes. Off the get go, I think I ran into his ad, which was like, "Are you wearing multiple hats?" And then it explained a lot of challenges that I was facing as a businessman, and the marketing strategies. So right away, it kind of intrigued me. So I clicked on this link and set up an appointment with him. Everything was automated, so you knew that that's exactly the way I want my business to run. And I always look at that first: is how do they automate their scheduling appointments, to their calls, to how when I actually get on the phone line with that person. It wasn't in the surprise. It wasn't a person that was working for him. It was actually Sadan himself, right? Um, from that moment on, I felt like that was key to making my decision. Is I actually knew the person behind the operation. Um, he talked to me very thoroughly about like my goals and my experiences, what I'm looking for. From that, it was a weird friendship type conversation. And then I just believed in him. I believed in his mission. I believed in his philosophy, his experiences, his track record. He kind of showed me that as well. So automatically I built some trust in him, and I just decided to go for it. I was very transparent with his pricing, and he was able to explain to me, how the process works. So there's no, I guess, surprises along the way. And then it was, gonna take time. It's not gonna be something that's gonna be developed overnight. Long story short, after 3 months into the process, and maybe even shorter, from having a zero online presence, we were able to, get into like the first couple pages of Google, and it started getting faster and faster after that. So now, we're consistently getting calls from just organically from um, our online presence, and that's what he helps out with the SEO. And his team is, he'll explain to me different strategies his teams are using, um, different parts of it that he might have to bring in, and based off what I have some crazy requests, so he'll find the right personnel, the right person to help, you know, do whatever it needs to do to make sure that I'm satisfied with that service that he's providing. So whether it's the SEO, whether it's a website building, whether it's landing pages, social media, a lot of these things um, that he's already kind of pitched, but now it is kind of it's the right time for me to get into it. He started to build on that. So constantly in communication. It's his knowledge about the whole thing is I guess is a lot better than what I've dealt with in the past. So he's helping achieve a lot of our marketing plans to get them exposed out there in the world, and that's exactly what we needed to make sure that we're thriving in our business and going above our competitors. his communication is key. He's always willing to talk. He's always willing to chat. He's finding ways to make sure that we're satisfied with his service, and if not, he's there to get on this team or get or do it himself. So he's pipeline is definitely been a plus for my company. It's changed our dynamics of just like the online presence. And if you haven't met Sadan yet, I suggest you do meet him. He's a world class guy that he's just really really working for a right cause, and he's just I believe in him, and I hope you guys do too. All right, thank you.